This is Epic Book Recaps, a podcast that offers complimentary audio summaries of influential nonfiction books, making learning a smarter experience. Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. Despite the strides in women's rights and gender equality, women are still often marginalized in various aspects of life. In modern times, particularly in the United States and other developed regions, we see women gradually assuming roles and duties that were traditionally reserved for men. Women have transitioned from being homemakers to occupying top positions in corporate entities. It's now a common sight to see women in boardrooms and Congress, a sharp contrast to some parts of the world where women are still viewed as mere objects, slaves, or property. However, it's important to remember that in the grand scheme of things, the United States is far ahead in rectifying the gender bias. It's time for women to rise to the occasion. Everyone needs to recognize the need for more respect and equality for women in society. Though strides have been made, it's clear that men still hold the reins in many aspects of the world, especially the corporate world. In many workplaces, women are still not treated equally. Even in the face of global advancements, there are companies that pay women less than their male peers. Furthermore, women make up only a small fraction of board members, and Congress is still mainly composed of men. Added to these external challenges, women grapple with internal obstacles such as lack of self-confidence, aspirations, and the pressure to succeed in all facets of life. As a result, many women retreat rather than assert themselves. This piece aims to empower women, offering insights on how to ascend their respective career ladders and pursue their ambitions to their utmost potential. Additionally, it seeks to enlighten men about the challenges women face and how they can play a significant role in promoting equality. In countries like Afghanistan and Sudan, girls and women experience severe hardships. Girls receive limited or no education. Wives are treated as their husband's property. Victims of rape are often ostracized for bringing shame to their families. Sheryl Sandberg. Map out a journey that reflects your personal and professional success, not societal expectations. Women are capable of assuming leadership roles in the workplace. Data from the National Center for Education Statistics indicate that girls in the United States outperform boys academically, earning about 57% and 60% of undergraduate and master's degrees respectively. Yet, these academic achievements do not necessarily translate to higher positions in organizations. This disparity is often due to a lack of risk-taking behavior and advocacy, traits often associated with men. This could be the main reason girls' academic achievements do not automatically translate to higher positions in an organization. The leadership ambition gap is another significant issue. While many women are ambitious and aspire to reach the peak of their careers, more men tend to aspire to occupy the most senior jobs in most companies. A 2012 survey by McKinsey involving 4,000 successful company employees showed that 36% of male participants aspired to be executive-level managers, compared to just 18% of the women surveyed. It's crucial that women start pursuing higher-level jobs, as they possess the necessary skills and abilities to excel in these roles. Interestingly, the mindset of aiming for leadership roles often begins even before entering the corporate world. Samantha Ettus, an American author, and her husband noticed this while looking through their daughter's yearbook. Most boys indicated aspirations to become presidents, while no girls expressed similar ambitions. Society often praises men for being ambitious and powerful, but when women exhibit the same traits, they are often met with criticism. This imbalance and stereotyping have led many women to believe that they shouldn't compete for leadership positions primarily occupied by men. There is also a common stereotype that career women lack personal lives due to their ambition. Fear is the primary cause of most challenges women face in the workplace. Therefore, if women can overcome these fears, they can climb higher on the career ladder. Without fear, women can pursue professional success and personal fulfillment and freely choose one or the other or both. Sheryl Sandberg. Sheryl Sandberg. Internal obstacles are a major reason why many women struggle in the workplace. Sheryl Sandberg once held a meeting at Facebook, inviting 15 executives from Silicon Valley. Former U.S. Secretary of Treasury Timothy Geithner attended the meeting with 4 of his staff members. The attendees, predominantly men, helped themselves to the buffet first, leaving the women to serve last and sit away from the main tables. Despite Sandberg's invitation, the women refused to join the men at the main tables. Although formally invited, the women's seating arrangement made them seem like spectators rather than participants. This incident made Sandberg realize that, apart from external barriers, women also battle internal obstacles, often choosing to recede into the background, which hampers their success in the workplace. Insecurity is a significant barrier that women must overcome if they are to thrive in life. Studies have shown that women tend to undervalue their performance in the workplace, while men often overestimate theirs. Men attribute their success to internal factors, while women lean towards external reasons. Additionally, when faced with failure, men look outward for reasons, while women tend to look inward. The media and society often credit women's success to external factors. For instance, when Facebook was preparing to go public, the New York Times suggested that Sheryl Sandberg's success was due to luck and having influential mentors rather than her abilities. But I also know that in order to continue to grow and challenge myself, I have to believe in my own abilities. I still face situations that I fear are beyond my capabilities. Sheryl Sandberg. People's perceptions are often influenced by gender, transforming positive actions into negative ones merely based on one's sex. Frank Flynn and Cameron Anderson, professors at Columbia Business School and New York University respectively, conducted a study in 2003 on workplace perception using entrepreneur Heidi Roizen as a case study. They divided their participants into 2 groups, giving one group Heidi's story while changing Heidi's name to Howard for the other group. Don't feel pressured to downplay your potential in order to be more acceptable in the workplace. Upon asking the participants about their impressions of Heidi or Howard, they found that both were viewed as competent entrepreneurs. However, while the participants respected both Heidi and Howard, Howard was seen as more appealing. In contrast, Heidi was labeled as selfish and not someone they'd want to work for or hire. The data was the same, yet the genders were different, creating varying impressions. This goes to show that society often celebrates successful men while criticizing successful women. Women in power are frequently viewed negatively. For example, Margaret Thatcher was dubbed Attila the Hen, and India's first female prime minister, Indira Gandhi, was referred to as the Old Witch. When a woman is competent and focused on excellence rather than appeasing men, she's often characterized as behaving like a man and is generally disliked. Gender stereotypes have led some women to work harder with little to no reward. Women must let go of the desire to be liked by everyone, as this is one key reason many women are held back. It's imperative that women realize they can't please everyone if they wish to affect change in any area of life. Did you know? According to research by UN Women in 2021, women serve as heads of state in 22 countries, and 119 countries have never had a female leader. Don't seek out mentors randomly. Allow your skills to attract the right mentorship. When Sheryl Sandberg attends conferences, she often finds that many women in the audience want her to mentor them. During an interview at Harvard Business School in 2011, when the Q&A session arrived, the men asked insightful questions about managing a business, while a woman simply asked, "How can I get a mentor?" This left Sandberg feeling embarrassed. When meeting with a mentor, Go prepared and don't waste their time. The men were seeking knowledge on how to run a business, while the women were primarily seeking help. Many women have been led to believe that having the right mentor is the key to climbing the career ladder. This has created a dependency syndrome, where they seek someone to teach them everything. This is not to discredit the importance of mentorship, but it's crucial to understand that there should be a mutual understanding and connection between both parties. Studies have shown that mentors are often attracted to protégés due to their performance and skills. We should encourage people to excel in their fields, which will naturally attract mentorship, rather than seeking out mentors directly. Approaching a complete stranger to be your mentor might not always work, but engaging them with intelligent questions almost always yields positive results. Ideally, mentorship should be a dual-benefit relationship where the mentor provides guidance to the mentee, and in turn, the mentor gains useful information and a sense of purpose. When seeking help from a mentor, focus on presenting a problem to solve rather than complaining about an issue. Also, don't view asking for help from a mentor as a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. Aside from being mentored by senior individuals, peers can also mentor each other to achieve their goals. Constructive feedback is vital for companies to identify weaknesses and find solutions. One prevalent issue in many workplaces is dishonesty. Often people shy away from honesty to protect themselves or others. Those in lower positions find it hard to state the truth, perhaps due to the fear of losing their jobs. For women, being truthful in the workplace is fraught with fear. They worry about being labeled as complainers or not being seen as team players. It's important to speak truthfully but respect others' personalities. Use simple language to communicate. For example, when a Chinese woman was discussing her manager with Mark Zuckerberg, he struggled to understand her due to the complicated language she was using. He asked her to simplify her words. She tried again, but he still didn't understand and asked her to simplify further. Finally, in frustration, she shouted that her manager was bad. Though she was speaking Chinese, Zuckerberg understood her sentiment. Hence, being truthful can lead to significant improvements in a company. If you are open to feedback, you will inevitably become a better person. Understanding that there's a problem is the first step to addressing it. Seeking feedback from others gives you insight into how others perceive your attitudes and actions. When you ask others for evaluations instead of making assumptions, you can work on your flaws. Being open to feedback and regularly asking people to point out areas where you can improve is key to personal and professional growth. While the truth can sometimes be painful, it's often beneficial. Publicly discussing your shortcomings and appreciating those who give you honest feedback can help build meaningful relationships. You can also inject humor when providing feedback. Another way to foster good relationships is by sharing emotions and promoting freedom in the workplace. Being free to express emotions such as crying should not be seen as a weakness. Perhaps in the future, these traditionally disqualifying factors for women can become the norm. Achieving workplace equality can only happen when more women vie for higher positions across all sectors. However, women should never have to choose between their careers and their homes. We can support each other by encouraging every woman to confidently and tenaciously pursue leadership positions. Employers, colleagues, and spouses all have a role to play in supporting women. For example, men can respect and treat women as equals. If women can band together in mutual support, we can collectively become stronger. It's time for women to aim high, overcome obstacles, and reach their full potential. Having more women in leadership positions will result in fairer treatment of women in the workplace. Women should discard internal barriers that prevent them from pursuing power positions. Let go of the self-doubt that tells you you're not good enough and begin to voice your thoughts in the workplace. No more taking a back seat. While having mentors is beneficial, it's not advisable to be overly reliant on them. It's perfectly fine to seek professional advice when facing challenging situations. Also, asking for help from your spouse is nothing to be ashamed of. Women in power generally implement policies that benefit everyone. It would be wonderful to have a world where every woman can rise to the peak of her career without internal or external obstacles. It's time to get comfortable with ambitious professional women and end the practice of criticizing them and assigning them negative labels. Do this. Reflect on the position you aspire to reach in your workplace. If you identify areas where you need to improve to qualify for that position, seek the necessary training.